Hey everybody, it is Dr. Cindy Starke here coming in live from a tiny home up in Warren, North Carolina. I am going to try to go outside to the creek because that is where I want to deliver this Facebook Live today. But I'll tell you, it has been raining, and sometimes in the mountains the Wi-Fi is not as good as we want it to be. So if it's too hot or if the Wi-Fi gets sketchy, I'm going to go right back into that precious little tiny home that is my home for this week. Oh, there's a butterfly that just said hello. So I hope everybody's doing great. And I just want everyone who's coming in, if you can type in hashtag live when you're coming in live, or type in hashtag replay if you're coming in on the replay. I would love to see who is here and to say hey. My goodness, it is just beautiful up here where I am. I have the privilege and honor of coming up and helping out at the hospital here in Blairsville, Georgia. And I come about 7 more miles and stay at this awesome tiny home. It's my home away from home. Probably spent 60 days here last year. So I wanted to share with you guys something that's near and dear on my heart, as I often do. And it is some lessons that I get to learn at the bedsides of America. You know, people come to me and there are a lot of things that not only they learn, but that I learn too when I'm sitting there with them in the face of a terrible illness. Over the past few months, I've had the honor, I say sometimes, I don't want to say pleasure because it wasn't a happy thing, but had the honor and the privilege of being at the bedside of a couple of people that were in their 80s. There's the creek behind me. I hope y'all can see that. You can, right? Oh, it's so pretty out here. But both of these men were in their 70s and 80s, and my message today to you guys is, if you have something you want to change in your life, don't wait until it's too late to change it. And unfortunately, one of my precious gentlemen that I got to meet had a devastating stroke, and he wasn't able to speak or even, you know, manage the secretions in his mouth. And then the other one had an unfortunate turn of events of lung cancer. He didn't even know he had lung cancer until it was almost, you know, within days of taking his life due to fluid in his lung. And so, you know, I have this privilege and honor, but it's really sad. You know, I'm face to face with these families and their loved ones, and I have to not only be the one to break the news to them of what's going on, but then I have to watch them wrestle with the new reality that is their life right there in real time. And as you can tell, I'm still very emotional about it because I really connect with these people. I always sit on the bedsides. I ask for permission to sit on their bedsides, and I hold their hand and I talk to them. And I just ask them, you know, what's going through their mind, and what can I do to help you in this moment. And, you know, lots of times, even if the loved ones, if the patients can't talk, the loved ones do. And I see a lot of tears, and I see a lot of just realizations of what this means ahead. And, you know, sometimes I don't know what's sadder to people. Is it that life as they know it is over, and they're really close to the end, or, you know, meaning days or weeks from death because of some news that I've broken to them? Or is the sadder thing just the sheer work of a rehabilitation they're about to have to undergo in the next 6 months of their lives? You know, who knows what version of their body they're going to end up with at the end of the 6 months of rehab, you know, specifically like after this stroke. Hey Jenny, hey Tanya, it's so good to see you guys. Thank y'all both for being here so much. And so what it's just really got me thinking about life, and about, you know, how much time we have once we realize we want to do something different in our life. How do we get to that step, you know? How do we get to that step where we can change things in our life? And I'm going to shut some of my tabs because it's saying my Wi-Fi is getting kind of wonky. I hope that y'all can hear me good. And then like, even if we want to change things in our lives, and then we end up not being able to change our lives, what is that that makes us not be able to have that fortitude and that wherewithal to keep doing the things to change what we want to do to live a better life? So if I think about myself at those two people's bedsides, and what I would have, what I would like to say to them if I was their resiliency coach, and I see myself as a resiliency expert. I feel like I've gotten a unique set of circumstances kind of dealt with me in my life, and I've had to be resilient over and over and over again. Things just have not happened exactly the way that I necessarily wanted them to. There have been time after time I've tried things and I've failed, and I had to just keep fighting for myself. I refuse to let failure define me, and I've learned a lot of lessons while I was kind of in those trenches of things not working out the way that I wanted them to. I did not get accepted into the medical school that I wanted to go into, and I fought for to get my application opened back up again and get into that medical school. Marriage didn't turn out the way that I wanted it to. Even being a kid in my childhood, when I was in my teenage years, some things happened that should have never happened to any teenage girl, and I've learned a lot of lessons. And so I feel like it's my life's journey and my life's passion to kind of share those with people. And so I'm coming in here today to just tell you again what's on my heart, and let you know that if you're in a phase of your life right now where things aren't going the way that you want it to go, that if you stay on until the end, I'm going to tell you some really juicy stuff about ways that you and I can work together so that I can help you live the life that you really want to be living. So one of the most interesting things that something I heard the Dalai Lama say, so they asked him, what's the most interesting animal that you've ever known? And he said, humans are the most interesting animals I've ever known. And they said, why? And the Dalai Lama said, well, they spend their whole life working so that when they're sick at the end of their life, they can have enough money so that they don't go destitute. But then what they end up finding at the end of their life is that they never truly lived. And I'm thinking about this, and I'm like, that is those 100,000 people that I've seen at the bedsides of the hospitals of America. That is exactly what happens. They work and works, and their only goal is to have money so that when they get sick, they can take care of themselves when they're sick. But then, like, what kind of life is that? You work for just the day that you get sick, and then when you're sick, you have money to pay for your hospital bills. I mean, that is just no way to really live your life. So you end up never really having lived a life. And I've been thinking about what kinds of things I had to do to know, like, something had to change now in my life, right? And I've changed so much in my life. I now have retired from full-time medicine, and I'm bringing my message of hope and resiliency, trauma release, and through subconscious repatterning to the world. I'm no longer letting anything hold me back from bringing my message out to you people. I'm writing another book. It's in the process of editing, and it'll be live the Monday after Thanksgiving. Okay, so I'll make sure to tell you guys about that. But I thought to myself, what can I tell these two men if I would have gotten a chance to meet them 10 years before the day I met them a couple of months ago? Because once I meet you wearing my white coat that has my name embroidered, it's sometimes so too late. So if I would have gotten a chance to meet those two men 10 years earlier than I did, I would have told them to make sure that they say whatever they have to say to their loved ones. Make sure you say it right now, because you may lose your ability to say it at some unknown date. You can talk until the day that you can't talk. And the other thing I would have said is, do whatever it is that you want to do in your life right now. 10 years ago, if I would have gotten a chance to meet both of them. But now their lives as they know it are over. And if you have something going on in your life right now where things aren't either going the way you want it to go, your relationships aren't the way that you want your relationships to be, and I mean any relationships, whether it's your relationship with yourself, with your coworkers, with your parents, with your siblings, with your kids, with your significant other, anything like that. Um, just know it's not too late. All right, Jenny is saying, sometimes I feel like I'm going to fall. As hard as it is, I keep pushing. Time messes with me though. Sometimes it's moving so quick, and sometimes time is moving so slow. Isn't that the truth? Um, so if there are things that you want to have happen in your relationships, if there are jobs that you want to have that you're not having the confidence to go for it and change the job that you're currently in, and you're staying in something you don't like, or if you're just not living your dream in any way, shape, or form, I want you to know that I have a class I'm offering next week, and I'm so excited. It's free. It'll take about an hour on Tuesday night. I'm driving down to Florida next Tuesday to see my uncle and my cousin who just lost my sweet aunts back around Thanksgiving last year. I'm going to go love on them for a few days. But as soon as I get settled down there in Florida on Tuesday, that night I'm going to offer a class to teach you guys what I know about how it is that you can have the life that you want by saying what you want to say, do what you want to do in relationships, jobs, dreams, relationships with anybody you want to, okay? It's starting with yourself. And it's all about the power of the subconscious mind. And I'm going to be having that, that's a spoiler alert, that it deals with your subconscious mind. And I'm going to show you how to get rid of the limiting beliefs once and for all so that you can live that life that you know that you're capable of living, so that you can get what you're capable of deserving. So mark your calendars next Tuesday night, September 5th at 7 p.m. And I'll put the sign up in here. It'll be a live Zoom call. And, in that master class, I'm just going to go through all the things of why it is that your limiting beliefs are holding you back and how to get rid of those limiting beliefs once and for all. And, it's not by trying to do more things in your life. It's by changing the way that your thoughts are. So Jenny is saying, I regret the fact that I am not going to be able to have those intimate conversations with my mom. I miss her terribly. Gone to see in my eyes. I don't know what she means by gone to see in my eyes, but yes, there are so many. I guess my biggest goal, my message is that I don't want people to live with regret in their life, and that's what I end up seeing, unfortunately, when I do work every now and then as a doctor, is that there's just so much regret because their life as they knew it is now over. So it's just my pleasure and honor to bring you this next Tuesday night. It's been a long time since I've had a master class, so I'm really super excited and fired up about doing it again next Tuesday night. And so if you want the link, just send me any kind of emoji or just type the word link, whatever you want to. I'll make sure to send you the link once I have it, and I'll be announcing it every day because we're going to be meeting 7 days from today. But you guys, I just want you to have the best day. I don't know where you guys are, but there's been a lot of hurricanes, a lot of storms, and so it's been sweltering hot, like 100 degrees here in Georgia, and now it's 75, so it feels so much better. And so have a wonderful day, and I look forward to connecting in a very deep, intimate, personal level next Tuesday night, September 5th at 7 p.m. at the Masterclass. Love you guys. Have a great day, and take care, and I'll see you next Tuesday. Oh, let me tell you this, too. I'm going to start doing my Facebook Lives here on my regular page, not my personal page, and I'm going to start doing them at, at a different time to be announced. And so yeah, things are changing about that. I will announce it once I have something nailed down that I can consistently do week in and week out. Love you guys. Take care and have a great day.